Equality. In everyone's hearts, that's what we're looking for. Because in everyone's mind and soul, you're no better than the person next to you. And that brings me to the territory of Puerto Rico.
As a newly elected congressman, my top priority is the possible statehood of Puerto Rico. I am very pleased that the House, with my vocal support, has passed a bill for a referendum on statehood.
Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory in the Caribbean. It had its first encounter with European powers in 1493 when Christopher Columbus spotted the island. Puerto Rico was then controlled by the Spanish Empire until 1898, when it was seized by American forces. It then went through several periods of civil unrest, which culminated in the 1950s Puerto Rican uprising. U.S. troops crushed the uprising, which then led to a vote which made them draw closer to the United States. Disgruntled Puerto Rican nationalists, angry that there was no option for independence in the vote, shot 5 U.S. congressmen in 1954. This discredited the independence cause, allowing for statehood movements to rise throughout the island.
It is an unincorporated territory. And will it become a state? Will it become independent? Right now, you have about 50-50 in Puerto Rico in terms of support.
One thing that people will point out is how long they have been a territory. We as a nation used to be a colony, so why doesn't Puerto Rico deserve the same rights? So we have come up with the solution.
Our solution creates a referendum. The 3 options to this referendum would be statehood, independence, or the status quo. If they choose statehood, we would be able to help improve the economy and environment of Puerto Rico via closer ties with the United States.
Some people believe that the introduction of Puerto Rico as a state will ruin certain customs they have there. For example, some people may believe it will shake the way their economic system is structured, or maybe even their culture. But in a sense, as a person, you cannot blame them, because one of the hardest things to deal with in life, depending on whatever it is change.
Well, on an island with half the income of Mississippi, our nation's poorest state, with most of the people on welfare and food stamps, well, even if they were Republicans, I doubt they'd be very conservative.
This could help the United States for 3 reasons. Firstly, as a state, they would continue to pay the same taxes and get more support from the federal government. Secondly, there's tourism. Puerto Rico could have unique national parks with different ecosystems than ones in the other 50 states. Thirdly, there is sports. With Puerto Rico becoming a state, there will also be an increase in players, making it easier for Puerto Rican players to play for their state without having to move.
In the last 10 years, 440,000 Puerto Ricans have moved to the United States in search of a new life because of the current state of their homeland, which I believe can be fixed if more money was put into helping the environment of Puerto Rico. This also puts things into perspective when you realize that the Puerto Rican homeless rate has gone up to 15% on the island. This is also helping the situation. It is only putting more Puerto Ricans into poverty, with the Puerto Rican poverty rate below in America is up to 40%. That means that almost half of all Puerto Ricans in America are considered to be below the poverty rate. The biggest problem with this is how to get money, and there are currently multiple ways to do this. Maybe raising the tax by 1% will help, and shifting more of the money earned towards Puerto Rico in terms of advances on their state. Or we could do the same thing we did with Ukraine and just flat out give them money, except this time it will be working towards helping ourselves. Remember, this is only towards if they choose statehood. So this is not counting if they go by themselves or if they keep it the same.
Puerto Rico has not had a lot of help in terms of facing their own problem. And I believe that if they're going to be a part of this nation, they should at least have the choice on whether they want help or not. This also goes for all our other lands. And we have a long way to go to make it right. Because everyone should have a chance to decide what they want. That's what it means to be equal.